Hey everyone, welcome back to My Hobby Workshop. Today we'll be tackling the 55 Chevy Bel Air Sedan from AMT. This is a 2-in-1 kit, stock or street rod, at a 1/25th scale. So let's crack this thing open and see what's inside. So my original idea for this kit was I was going to lean towards the street rod. As you can see, the body on this is really nice, has a lot of detail. The dash has a lot of detail, and there are some parts in the box that do let you do the street rod, the different bumpers, the different hoods, and I think if I was able to get some aftermarket parts, I could have really made this thing look mean and maybe menacing, or just look really cool. But due to some of the parts out of the box, mainly the hood and the drive shaft was really warped. I don't know if it was maybe just this model or if that's most of these, but it was really warped, and I didn't want to mess with having to rebend it with hot water or anything like that. So I figured I would just go ahead and make kind of like a barn find junker look. So as you can see on this chrome tree, there's different motor parts, different wheels, different exhaust that will give you that street rod look if that's what you're going for. But like I said, the trees themselves weren't in the best conditions. A lot of them were bent, warped, and I didn't know if they would be able to be used correctly. Also, it did come with 2 sets of tires, which is really nice. One for the stock and then one for the street rod. Next, I'm going to start doing some pre-assembly before I jump into the booth. So like I usually like to do, I like to get as much of the motor built as possible so I can prime everything all in one color. And then I also got the rear suspension as much as I could put together as well. That way I can paint and prime that all in one shot. So next, follow me over to the booth and let's get some paint on this thing. for the rust method, I decided to do something I've never done before, and I used the salt method, which is right now I'm covering it in complete water, and then I will pour salt all over the areas that I want it to rust. And after the salt is put down, you'll see me paint over it, and then I'll just chip away at the salt, which will reveal the rust primer. After I was done with the body, I hand painted the engine like I usually do, and then I went and detailed the interior. After the bulk of the interior was done, I decided to work on the chassis, put the wheels on, glue the motor, and detail and paint up the bottom of the vehicle. For the trim work on the body, I just used the Molotov pin like I normally do, and it gave me the look that I was going for. I wanted the bottom of the car to match the top, so I did rust it out and make it look like it has been sitting there in a barn for a while. The glass actually sat into the vehicle without using any glue, which I was kind of shocked, but I always use Mod Podge. It's really easy to use and dries very clear, so just took a toothpick, as you could see, applied the corners, and got it all glued up. In order for me to make the interior match the exterior, I decided to take pigments of black, gray, brown, just any color that resembled dirt, and spread it all over the interior. I didn't want this to look like it's been cut up or abused, but I wanted it to look like this has just been parked, maybe because of an engine issue or something like that. So spread it all over the interior, added some extra parts where it looks like it's been stored in the back, and made it look just a little bit more realistic. So So once the glass was dried and the interior was done, I glued everything together and started adding some of the external parts on: the rear bumpers, the emblem on the back, the tail lights, the grille. And for the radiator hose, I decided to use an actual piece of wire versus the little plastic piece. I just figured it gave it that little bit more detail, and it was actually easier to work with than the part that it came with. So using Tester's Creative FX rust colors, I decided to go over a couple spots just to kind of break up the monotony of that same rust primer. This gave it a different look of rust color because, as you know, rust has different colors, and I just kind of wanted to make it look a little bit more realistic when it came to some of those spots. Once that dried, I decided that because this thing has been sitting outside or in a barn, I needed to make it look like it's been sitting there collecting dirt and dust. So what I decided to do was use black and burnt umber to make a wash and put it all over the vehicle. Once the wash was done and dried, I then took the same pigments that I used for the interior and put it all over the exterior, giving it that fresh barn dusty look, and then I called it good. Hey everyone, so that's going to do it for this model kit. To be 100% honest, I did not enjoy this model kit at all, mainly because, like I said, I really wanted to do that street rod, and because the parts were all warped and out of shape, and it really threw me off and I didn't enjoy it. But once I got around that and figured I would make that barn find, kind of like, you know, Grandpa's old car broke down, it's been sitting in the barn, he was meaning to fix it, but, you know, the cylinders dropped the cylinder or there's a miss or something, I don't know, but it's been sitting there collecting dust and he's been parting it out, and this is kind of what's left. So once I got that vision, I had a lot of fun doing it. It was really cool to try that salt method. I'd never done that before when it came to rusting, and I think it looks really, really natural, and I will definitely be using that in the future. So thank you for everybody who does watch my videos. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you for everyone who has subscribed. It means, though, I never thought I'd get this many subscribers, let alone 10. So I really appreciate that so much, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you do watch my video and you like them, please press that like button. It helps me and helps let YouTube know and push the videos so more people are able to see it. So thanks again for the support and watching. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, take care.